So it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for this evening. His name is Jason Palmer. He was raised on a small farm in northern Illinois. I'm going to read this whole thing. Is that all right?
That's fine.
I'm going to read his whole bio. After graduating from high school, he received his musical training at Northern Illinois University as well. Oh, did I hear a yay? Northern Illinois, yay. He also served many churches as music director and organist. Mr. Palmer and his wife, Jamie, founded the Fox Valley Academy of Music Performance in Aurora, Illinois. The Academy was home to the Fox Valley Philharmonic Orchestra, the Fox Valley Youth Symphony, and the Academy Orchestra, Youth Strings, and the Access to Music program. Jason was the music director for the orchestras, and Jamie served as the executive director. Now retired, both Jason and Jamie are enjoying all that Door County has to offer. In addition to conducting the Peninsula Symphonic Band and serving as organist at Bayview Lutheran Church, Jason also serves on the board of directors for the Door County United Way. I did not know that. Please continue eating, and also join me in welcoming Jason Palmer. You are clickable. That's right.
Well, good evening. I was just saying, I hope you have had enough to eat because we've got 33 years to cover. Might want to bring your jammies. Let's have a little misguided imagery. When you think of a community band, what comes to mind?
The music.
The music band. Some of our musicians use the think method, yeah. We just picked up another one, by the way. In the spring. That's why I do these things, because I keep finding people that have to join the ensemble. I don't know. When I think of community band, I'm just mature enough that I can see the gazebo on the town square, a few musicians playing polka music, whatever. That was what I thought a community band was. Well, we're going to hear a different story tonight. I'm going to try and move a bit here so that I know what I'm going to say. 33 years of history. The band was first founded in 1990. Were you around then, David Lee? No? Not yet?
Well, I didn't join until 97.
Okay. Well, you were in early then. First music director was John Stangl, who was the band director at T.J. Walker Middle School. Any of you go to T.J. Walker? Kids did? Okay. Very first rehearsal, 7 musicians showed up. Probably the 7 that said, you ought to do this. Then word got around, and in time the band grew, and they gave their first performance in the fall of 1990. And by 91, they'd grown to 50 members. Pretty good size, especially for a community band sitting in that gazebo playing polka music. It included members of the Door County Trombone Quartet, which today is known as the Bone Boys. Some of you probably have heard of them, right? The Bone Boys. And the Door County Swing Band, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. Mostly they played concerts to benefit local nonprofit organizations and commemoration ceremonies. And I understand they actually did play once for the launching of a ship, a base ship. Yeah, that would be very cool. We got to find out how they did that. And with most musical organizations, you always have a friends group. Great group of volunteers that does a lot of the hard work. Setting up chairs, arranging for things, whatever. And they raise funds to purchase equipment because, I may own my own trumpet, but somebody in the percussion section, drums and timbales and timpani and marimba, tons of stuff. So that's stuff that the band has to own in the percussion section. Then after a few years, John passed the baton off to John Quigley, another John here. I should change my name. Who was the band director at Gibraltar High School. At this time, the band was performing up to 6 concerts a year, which is about what we're doing now. So that's pretty good. And in 2000, John, remember Y2K? 2000. John passed the baton to Paula Eggert, who was one of the founding members of the band. How many of you know Paula? Yeah, quite a few. Paula and Joel. Sure. And they're both still playing. And they both play in the swing and door big band as well. So, very involved. Paul believed that the band should be the voice of the community and should do a lot of good for groups in the community. And in 2001, she started what has now become an annual event, which is the annual Veterans Day concert in November. It's always on the calendar. She also launched the 4th of July celebration concerts. And as you know, if you've been to any of our concerts, we do accept donations. We lock the doors until we accept donations. And then, that money is shared with other organizations, such as Veterans Day. Part of the donations received that evening went to Veterans Services here in Door County. And at our holiday concert on December 7th, a portion of those donations will go to the Door County Food Pantry Coalition. So we try to do our part. Paula, by far, is the longest serving music director. She conducted this group for about 18 years. I don't think anybody's going to top that anytime soon. I'm certainly not. But in 2018, Paula decided it was time to step back, and she passed the baton to some guy, I can't remember his name. About 5'11", white hair. I don't know. Anyway, it'll come to me later. So I'm only the 4th music director in the 33-year history of this organization, and it's a great privilege. In recent years, the band has grown from about 35 to 70 plus members, and in the summer swells to well over 80 because the college kids come back and play. So it's a great fun in the summer. And we currently have 16 musicians from each of the 4 mainland high schools that are playing with us. And I credit this growth to the fact that our schools have excellent music programs. I mean, to get 16 teenagers to do anything other than what they absolutely have to do, these kids are great. So for me, I think the highlights out of the past 5 years would be, all right, here's the story. The story does not leave this room. I was in the music library one day, and we have many files, cabinets of music, but there was one over here. I didn't know what was in the drawers, and I opened it up, and there was a bunch of jazz music. And I said, what's this all about? Not knowing anything about, what was the group called? Door County Swing Band? Had no idea. I was new. I was a newbie. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had my lovely wife with me. And her eyes lit up and said, oh, I think you should form a jazz band. I don't think she understood the definition of retirement. But anyway, it's all her fault. And And part of what happens with the Swinging Door Big Band is they actually get paid to perform. Like on the Alpine concert series, we appeared there, and for some other events and things, we've gotten paid. And that money goes into a scholarship fund, and we offer band camp, summer band camp scholarships to local students. Also at year 30, which happened to be 2020, you know how much got done in 2020. We commissioned a new work to be written for us in honor of our 30th anniversary. Now, we didn't get to perform that until 2022, but we had it written for us by Randall Standridge, who's a young, up-and-coming composer. He's the hot thing in band music right now, so we caught him when he was still reasonable. We still do the annual Veterans Day and holiday concerts. We annually perform for the Memorial Day observance at the fire station. And the last 2 years, we've performed for the Wooden and Antique Boat Show at the Maritime Museum.
So we did help to launch a boat.
That's right. Yeah. We've also collaborated with our high school music programs back to 2020. The Gibraltar High School music program got hit particularly hard with trying to do online learning, and keeping up and all that. And finally, when we were coming out of that in 22, Charlie Eckert, the director there, said, "Can we borrow some of your players for Memorial Day? Because we traditionally play at the Sister Bay Cemetery and we just don't have enough." So part of our band played here in Sturgeon Bay, and some went to Sister Bay and helped out Gibraltar. So that was a nice collaboration. We've performed on Sturgeon Bay High School's December concert. I don't call it a holiday concert because you can't do that at schools. Swinging Door. Oh, we also performed that year at the December concert at Gibraltar High School as well. Same deal. They needed people to fill in, so we went up there and helped them out. Swinging Door Big Band. This is a really cool story. One night, the band director of Southern Door, who was in the Swinging Doors, said to me, she said, "You know, this might be a really crazy idea." And she says, "What would you think about having a joint rehearsal between my high school jazz band and the Swinging Door Band?" So we proposed it, and everybody was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So we did. Like the week before they went to music contest, they got, you know, the outstanding rating. And the judge said to them, and I have this on good authority, they had an uncanny grasp of swing that high school groups don't have. So we were part of that. And we were hoping sometime this fall we were going to do one with Sturgeon Bay High School's jazz band, but that may be in January. We'll see. And we're going to perform with Sturgeon Bay High School on the December concert again, the Monday right after we do the concert here. The Swinging Door. If you could zoom in, there's the instigator. It's a 17-piece Glenn Miller style big band. Anybody remember Glenn Miller? I've only heard of it. Read about it. Great bunch. As part of Swinging Door, we have Company B, which is our version of the Andrews Sisters, in which Jamie sings and really leads us through that. We play for local events. We play for United Way's Swing in the Summer. We do an annual benefit here for the Prince of Peace youth programs because they allow both the symphonic band and the jazz band to rehearse here, one on Monday night, one on Thursday night. So we're very grateful for that. We have played music under the tent at the Alpine. I assume we'll be doing that again this summer. And again, the funds raised by the Swinging Door go into that band camp scholarship fund, which the first year we had only 2. Last year we had, which was the second year of the program, we had 6. 3 middle school and 3 high school. We anticipate this year we'll have even more. recording, but it gives you some idea what the swinging door does. And that's 33 years in a nutshell, with a bunch more to go. We have any? Oh, questions?
So if you wanted to join the band, is there a big audition process that you have to survive?
Another story. In April of 2018, I was interviewed for this job. And after I took it, we were up for, I don't know, a weekend or something, and I met with Paula Egger. And I said, Paula, tell me how this works. because there are no auditions. People just come and they play. Now, that's not germane to my wheelhouse. But she assured me it works, and it does. So, yeah, no audition project, no process. Yeah. You just come, bring your instrument, we'll find a spot for you. You're looking hopeful.
No.
Oh. There you go. Any other questions?
At what level do people come in, like on average?
They've had at least high school experience, some college experience, and we run the gamut. We have the high school students. We have at least a couple octogenarians still playing. We have a retired music professor from Case Western University. I think that doesn't make me a little, because he sits right here. Gary's great. Let's see, what else do we have represented? Everything, yeah. Yes?
How often do you rehearse?
We rehearse starting middle of March until the end of July on Mondays, from 7 to 8:30. And then we pick up again the first Monday after Labor Day and go until first week of December.
And you rehearse here at the church?
We do. Yep. Others? Well, I promise you, if you stop by the other room a little later, you'll find out I'm much more comfortable yelling at the band than I am giving a presentation. But thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.